Over a decade ago, the Kauai Hindu monastery commissioned a 13-foot tall granite statue of Hanuman to fulfill the wish of Sadguru Shivaya Subramanya Swami. His instructions were clear: make him noble and muscular, powerful, strong. In Hanuman's left hand, held aloft, Gurudeva had asked for a small Iraivan temple to be placed, just as Hanuman brought the healing mountain from the Himalayas to Sri Lanka, so he would bring Iraivan from India to Kauai. The Doshi family from California, Tushar and Alka, came forward to sponsor the Hanuman project. Jiva Rajashankara and his two sons undertook to commission the 13-foot tall piece at the Pattarai south of Chennai. Years later, it was moved to the Iraivan temple carving site in Bengaluru. Here, they added intricate details, bringing Hanuman up to an amazing standard, a true masterpiece, perhaps the most beautiful in the world. The completed statue was shipped to Kauai in 2013. While awaiting its installation, tragedy befell the statue. It broke while lying on an iron pallet. What happened next proves that all such things that occur in life are a boon, if we but react and respond to them with higher consciousness. In consultation with Sivacharyas of Tamil Nadu, temple architect Selvanathan Stapudi, and the Pandit Sabaratnam of Chennai, the monastery devised a plan that called for capturing the artistry and darshan of the stone by turning it into bronze. The statue, duplicated in metal, could have details that were impossible in granite.
The first step in transforming the big Hanuman sculpture into bronze is to make the mold. So I pretty much transferred my studio to Kauai, and it was a big challenge. It's the biggest piece I've ever made a mold of, and so it was too big to mold all at once. We had to mold half and then have the stone sculpture flipped and then mold the other half. And part of making a mold is you have to have all the mold pieces line up exactly. So that would mean I had to find a way to mold the top half and have the shim line be stable, so that when we flipped him, I could use that exact same line to make the back mold. And so I basically put a clay shim in around the bottom, the central shim edge, and then spray painted that so that when I peeled off the clay, when the thing got flipped over, I'd have actually a spray painted line where exactly that shim should be.
As my work, I do stand between the artist and the casting, and to make everything fold semi-seamlessly, I try my very hardest to appease and take care of and move things along as best we can to the best quality we can.
Bronze ingots are then heated by electricity up to 2000 degrees in a cauldron and poured into the mold made at the metal casting foundry using Kathy's wax copies. The metal is poured into the mold, wax melts and runs out, and the space is replaced by a liquid metal that cools into an eighth of an inch metal copy of the wax. End result is 65 metal molds that will have to be welded together to create the masterpiece bronze Hanuman.
Well, when it first started coming in the big styrofoam crates that were shipped here, I was like, wow, there's a lot of pieces to this. And then when it started revealing itself, because I could see things in molds that are the opposite, basically. And it just started transforming itself right then, even without wax in it or anything, just from the shape of the molds. And wow, especially the face.
So I'm quite familiar with Hanuman. So any sculpture of almost any religion in the world, to me, I feel honored to do. Hanuman was a special honor to me because I've been familiar with him for most of my life. And so to be able to work on Hanuman or Shiva, Vishnu, Brahma, any of them, I feel quite honored. And this goes for any religion as well. Although I have a particular interest and fascination with Hinduism and Buddhism. So I feel honored whenever I have a chance to be requested to work on one. But basically it's adding color to a three-dimensional object to enhance it. There are some areas of the world where, for example, in India, where colors are much more important. So they may not be enhancing as much as they are giving the detail of the bronze itself, of the deity of that bronze. You're dealing with two parts there of color on bronze. One, to distinguish a particular deity, as they say in Hinduism. The other is to enhance the sculpture as a whole. And so you try to tie those two together whenever possible. But I looked to see what are the most prominent features of that particular sculpture and what would be best to enhance or bring those to the foreground.
Not so much. But I think this whole thing, he just came in my life. And he was here to stay. And I just wanted, I can never get enough of that. It's my love. It's just my inner love. Kauai temple, what inspired me was people come from all over the world. It's not just a restricted Hindu temple that's in a church box or something that somebody created a Hindu temple. The Kauai temple is so scenic. People come there for a vacation. So I was like, what? I mean, how many people are going to worship this Hanuman all over the world? And this temple is going to be there for 1,000 years. So just think of the magnitude of the worship. So that's what inspired me.
The Hanumanji statue would be carrying the Arabian temple on his hand. So that's the thing, that he is bringing that temple out of India, or the philosophy out of India, to be installed in Kauai outside of India, and that the only real stone temple outside of India. The way it has to be constructed in the right way, in the right way of construction. And knowing what we had, our connection with Hanumanji, and the belief and the strength and the prayers that were answered for us, we had a special connection with Hanumanji. And at that point in time, I and my wife decided that if we can do anything, we should be a part of this Hanumanji statue and be a part of the whole project by contributing whatever we can.
And this was a solution, and having met Holly and the team, it was a no-brainer for Surya and me. We didn't even talk about it. We said, absolutely, we'd love to do this project.
After many years of history and dozens of craftsmen's effort, Lord Hanuman took the 3,333-mile truck ride and the ocean voyage from Denver, Colorado. Lord Hanuman landed on the island of Kauai on November 11, 2018. His massive crate was set at the foot of the hillock built for him, and he was freed to see the Rudraksha forest for the first time. In January of 2019, he was lifted into place, facing just north of east, as required by Shastric law. From here, he will bless all who come near for 1,000 years. Jai Hanuman, Lord of loyalty, Sovereign of service, Sire of strength. Jai.